Yep. Uh, for those that are watching this later, uh, welcome. My name is Alan Brown, aka Bully the Kid, and this whole episode, hopefully, I get some people on and they can ask some questions and stuff. But I wanted to do this so I can show a few ideas about like soloing, improvisation, that type of thing. Um, Things I do, you know, patterns and stuff like that that's helped me along. So basically, I'm gonna kind of share some of my uh, improv things I do to work on, like to get out of the box and stuff. So hopefully, you could pick up something and let me know what's going on. So I'm gonna wait for a few more people to actually get in here. I think we're at two now. Uh, I hope y'all doing all right. I've been not recording for a little bit, so yeah, I'm actually working on doing a few more videos like the last one where I do collabs with other musicians, or like I take a drum track or I take a lead track and then I kind of like throw my own twist on it and stuff like that. So I'm actually stockpiling uh, short clips and stuff like that from Instagram. So it's going to be a series of like 1 minute, 45-second clips where I'm like throwing a groove on top of um, a snare or a lead guitar riff or somebody singing or whatever. So that stuff is going to be coming out. A lot of fun doing it. So I'm kind of want to work on doing that aside from me brushing up my skills on the set on the drums and stuff. Um, Anybody in here, do y'all actually want to see drum cover content or bass cover content? I never really know. I just kind of go wherever the wind takes me whenever I make videos or I get ideas. This particular idea was actually asked by a subscriber. I think they were a subscriber. They like wanted to know what's some of the stuff I do whenever I do improvs and that type of stuff. So I wanted to kind of help out because maybe somebody else is wondering, hey, I might have a bass solo and I want to have something that I can go to real quick. So yeah, yeah. So I'm actually going to be doing this with a four-string SX bass, and I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing, where my hand is, and all that good stuff. Um, I should probably get one. I don't want to get a bass that had a whole bunch of strings because it could confuse people that are trying to learn or whatever. So I wanted to have a basic four-stringer and then kind of do it from there so you can see everything that's happening with my hands and stuff. I think somebody just commented. I'm thinking of getting the bass, but I'm not sure between Fender or others. Which is the best? Thank you. Keep on jamming, brother. All right. Fender is really popular. Most people, uh, most basses that are like big, they tend towards Fender or so. But I personally like Ibanez. They have a better price point, and the options that come with it are like spot on. If I could suggest a bass, assuming that you want to play uh, five string or better, I'm just thinking you do. I don't know. Um, I would go with the Ibanez 506 or the 505 or the 504, which is a four string version. This mahogany body, it comes with Bartolini preamp and Bartolini pickups. There is a good all-purpose bass. It's really light and it's really really nice. Like I had one, and I'll probably buy one again at some point in the future if I ever need to get another one. But yeah, I would suggest Ibanez. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think I'll ever own a Fender because everything I would want in a bass I kind of already have, and I never really got down with paying $700 for something that I can get for 160. I paid 160 for this bass, and it's ash body, maple neck, maple fretboard, jazz inlays. The only thing I changed on it was the pickups, and I put noiseless pickups on it. So that's just my opinion, though. What's going on, Ben Rock? How you doing? Tristan Schroeder, flea or no flea? That is the question. Uh, I dig Flea, especially because he's a funky slap type dude, so he's right up my alley. So Uh, Practicing on my Sorry M2, right? Thanks to you. Well, you're welcome, man. I'm glad you like it. Glad you like it. I love it. I bought two of them. What's going down? How y'all doing? What's going on, Collins? I am. What's happening? So going over this whole thing is to go over like improvising or licks and stuff I do when I'm playing. So, thing that I suggest whenever you're trying to do improv or try to get some ideas, the basic scales that I run with, or the major. I'm out of practice. My hands are really tight now. That's the major scale. Minor scale. And then I do the pentatonic scale, which is basically bits and pieces of the major scale. So, or you can see that. If not, let me move in some so you can see my fingers where they are. And this isn't the best bass for me to be doing this on because it's white on white. Major scale, minor scale. Inversions of that. Okay. And then the pentatonic scale, which is pieces of the major scale. Okay. This pentatonic scale can be played in a few different positions. This whole thing right here could also be played there. And what makes the second version of it so convenient is you don't have to stretch your fingers out to do that. So if you have smaller hands, this one, and you could actually go faster because you slide into all the notes. And yeah, so I don't. Let's do a groove, and then in the groove I'll do some stuff and then try to explain what I'm doing with it. So got my little beat box. Let's see. Right. So coming up with a groove on the spot. Sorry. What I'm doing there, and that's a I don't even really like it. After I played it, I'm like, nah. But what I ended up doing was kind of going between the pentatonic is just playing with the pentatonic. That could actually be a lick in and of itself, like something for you to get out of the box and quit doing just a boring holding on the groove or whatever. And that's the same note as this. Right? That's basically me doing all that. Now I'm in the octave of this, which is the same thing as doing that, which is that, and then going back down the scale. Again, do it slow. Then I repeat the same thing, and then go backwards. But faster, it kind of sounds like this. That type of thing. Another thing I like doing when I'm not doing the pentatonic stuff is kind of the and that's a minor. That's another little fill you can do. Back to it. And I'm just playing with that box. That sounds bad. But this box. So yeah. What's going on, Rob? Thank you for this. Helps so much. My pleasure. AB can't stay, but wanted to show my support. Much love. I appreciate it, William. Thank you so much. Uh, what do you recommend a complete beginner learn or work on first? Um, if you're a complete beginner, the things that you're going to need later on down the road are really good, really strong fingers. Because when you're starting out, you pressing these and doing all that stuff, that's going to tear your forearm up. So you need to build it up. So that will be that for this side. I'll show you exercise in 1 second. And then on this one is getting the technique and the hand placement on your bass so that you don't get, kind of carpal tunnel here. Because if you play like this for a long period of time and you're not used to it, that same muscle on this side would then start hurting. So developing those muscles. One exercise for your left hand you can do, and it kind of helped me out. There's a product that's out on the market somewhere. There's actually two of them. There's one, you put your fingers in these little holes or whatever, and it's got like elastic material, and you do this. That exercise itself will help you out. Another thing you can do is you can get you a little ball, like a kid's ball, and hold the ball in your hand, and then squeeze the ball there. If you don't have a ball, something that you can do right now actually is run through patterns, open your hand all the way up, close it. That's going to exercise that muscle there, and it's also going to help you when you're actually playing. So that would be one thing I would tell you. So for this particular thing, playing with both fingers, being able to play with multiple fingers is really important. That comes later on, but you want to have that basic skill kind of down whenever you're actually getting it so you can learn how to play notes faster and not really have to worry about it. Another little tip. Um, if you have a volume knob and you have the headroom on your amp, you don't have to dig in to the bass. Just turn it up. That'll save your strength right there. And then you can actually move faster if you don't have to right? Just turn the amp up. Right? I had to learn that over time. Like I was up in there just, and then all of this would be shot the next day because I'm just digging. So I learned that feathering. That's kind of what I call it, feathering your notes. That's pretty much what I do is I take my thumb, I put it here, and I play closer to the bridge because the strings are more taut here. They don't move or travel as much as they do here. So you can get to that note or get to that string faster that way. It's a little answering the same question. And things that you want to work on is your scales, your basic scales, your major scale, minor scale, pentatonic scale. You want to be able to have that muscle memory so you don't have to think about it. You also want to try to learn the note names. I didn't have that. I didn't do that. So But learn the note names. It makes playing the bass a lot easier if you can read that note, you know where it's going, you can find it here rather than me having to chase a tone to where the song is traveling. Just makes it a lot easier. If I can go back in time, I would have took orchestra, learn how to play the cello, so then I can transfer all that stuff or the double bass, upright bass, whichever one you want to call it. So I can transfer all that information to this. But I was being a dumb jock and I didn't think jazz band was cool. So yeah, hindsight's 2020. Let's see. So hopefully, was it Ramsey Cave? Ramsey Cave. Hopefully that answered your question. I remember. Okay, Fiery Furnace. Hello, just subscribed to you about a month ago. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't have a base. You'll get one, man. There's a lot of deals out there. You mean a stress ball? Yes, you could. You could get a stress ball, and that'll serve that purpose. Andrew, what's going on? What is a preamp pedal for? A preamp pedal comes in when your actual bass is passive and you don't have a preamp circuit in your bass. That's pretty much. It's like, now the question that I normally ask is it necessary to have a preamp in your bass and then have EQing on your head, right? So it's just having tonal possibilities. So for this particular bass, this is a passive bass. It's just volume, and a tone here. There's no circuit in the back. There's nothing like that. It's just a regular bass. So if I didn't have, all I had is a power amplifier with no EQing, and all it does is boost the signal coming from here. Having a preamp will give some color to the sound or give you a more distinct sound. Thank you, very helpful. You are so welcome. Play Treasure. Snap. I play it all the time now. So with Treasure, I do a lick in there, and I always do it, and it's involving like a pentatonic scale. So let's run it again. I'm glad you actually said that. Heard that? So that's just a right. So just proving the fact that you don't have to like do all that junk. Just something real tasty. Hop back in it, hop back out of it. Good to go. And that's what I've just been telling you. The pentatonic scale. It really, you'd be surprised how many of the songs that are really popular are basically the pentatonic scale. Michael Jackson, Get on the Flow. That's a pentatonic scale song. You want to check that out? Thank you, sir. I started my journey 3 years ago at 64. Congratulations. You've been a tremendous help. Thank you so much. What's going on, Squid Farm Music? So yeah. Any other questions? Because I wanted to do this so we can go over some improvising type deals. And I can show you some hand positions, some like chords or whatever. Like my go-to chord is that's like my go-to. Another inversion or octave of that, you can do it like this, or you can add all of them. You see that? And then octave. Right? Also, you can run the same thing. So that's here. And then instead of going here, I sometimes flare it to here. Sometimes I flare it there. Sometimes I kind of feather it in. That sounds pretty, you know, and it translates all over the board. So that same translate. do is which is that right there, which is basically it's that. But you can also invert it instead of going here. You can then take it there. That's another one. And all these I found by like listening to like basically elevator music and trying to find it on my bass. And it was just some smooth jazz, George Benson type stuff. And one of the licks was there, and they were just like running a chord, and I think it was this. They were just peeling it. And you could actually, that's a song. And then, so I took that, I got my looper pedal, and then just played that over and over. And then here's the ideas start coming out. And then if I had the looper, it'd be nice. And that is a minor run, I think. And that can be done anywhere. So yeah. Let's see. Bought my Rumble 500 because of you. Cool. How you like it? What are some essential stuff for bass playing? I mean, when jamming with the guitar band. This is two fiery furnace. The most important thing to remember is stay in your lane. And your lane is usually on this side of the bass. You rarely get the solo opportunity, especially if you like jamming. Like like for bass players, we hold pocket. We right here with drums. We are thick as thieves with drums. So that's basically locking the structure of the song. So traveling here to here, all the strings, but this should be like your home. Every once in a while, if you got to play like an E or something, you can come here, but don't forget where your home is. That's what I had to learn that, and I'm still learning that now because I didn't have anybody to pull the reins back on me and be like, yo, need you to lock this pocket down. I play the structure of the song for a little bit, and then the ideas come, and then boom, I'm out here doing all type of ridiculousness. And I'd end up losing the one because I don't know where the note names are. I just know where the tone is. And if I have a idea in my head as far as improvising goes, I just hit it, and then my timing to get back on the one to the structure of the song would be off. So I had to, and this is progress. Like it takes a while. Like I have to know when, like be more tasteful with my licks and stuff like that. Like doing something really quick and then going right back to the structure of the song sometimes, or most of the time is cool. So like if I have a song like Erica Badu. Right? Right? That's really the groove. You can get get lost in the sauce with it. It's too much. It's too much. It sounds cool when you're doing it, but like that sounds cool, but you do that with a music director, you go and try to do that in a session or whatever, you might get kicked smooth out of the session. So staying in your lane, staying in pocket, that's the most essential thing for bass players. Now, if you're a guitarist and you're coming from bass, which is cheating because you already know all the shred patterns and all that stuff, doing that on the bass, it's gross and it's not fair to us normal bass players. So yeah, that's some of the essential stuff. Nice. Okay. Is that a made in Mexico J bass? No, this is a SX bass. This is probably made in China. This is made in China. And this is the SX brand. If you want to check SX basses out, go and look on Rondo Music. I think right now all they have is like 3/4 or junior size basses. So like this is a full scale one. So I think the headstock comes in maybe like here, and then like the nut is probably like here or so. So it's made for a smaller handed player or a beginning player like a kid or something. I believe I never had one, but I believe it's on the same scale as a Geo Micro by Ibanez, something like that. Nothing past the fifth fret. Sometimes you have to because some of the key of the song may be in like, I don't know, E or whatever, and you can't just run open notes because that sounds gross, and you can't. So you got to come down here and do it here rather than do it there. But so that's a few exceptions. So really nothing past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frets. So all this area here, it should be the dusty end of your guitar or your bass. You're welcome. I understand. Cool, cool, cool. No overplaying. True. Lynn, what's going on? Really appreciate you going over these chords. I've been playing for 7 months and I've been trying to experiment with all sort of sound lately. Yeah. That type of stuff is fun. What I would say to do if you just into experimenting with like bass and doing chords and stuff like that, I actually, just for that sole purpose, I actually repurposed a 6-string bass that's literally right there. And I have it set up rather than the normal 6-string B, E, A, D, G, C. I have it set up as E, A, D, G, C, F. So I have 2 higher strings so I can run chords that way and they actually sound good and like solo and stuff like that if I have the opportunity. So I have the basic, these same 4 here. I just have 2 more strings on the bottom rather than 1 and 2 up here and stuff like that. So yeah. That may be some restringing your bass for maybe like a piccolo type bass or something like that. That may be something you want to look into. How about some slap stuff? What do you want to know? I think I hit doing slapping stuff in a video already. I got a lot of videos. I don't know. I think I did. But I don't mind going over it. Just let me know exactly like what you're trying to learn. What do you want to know? While you do that, I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to do a bass change. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do a bass change. And I think I'm going to grab. Oh. I think I'm going to grab. Now you don't move. I think I'm going to grab you. It's been a while since I messed with you. And you look so pretty up there on the wall. Jesus. Since I got the black one, I've been neglecting her. So, yeah. Yep, she started my love for the M2. Let's see. So let's see if y'all asked anything. Hello from Serbia. What's going on? I used to know. I used to know some words in Russian, but I forgot them all. Any more insights on your side? The right way of hitting. Okay. And how to transition from slapping to plucking exactly. Um, that is a problem. Like I actually have that problem too. Um, the moment I decide to like slap on a song, it's kind of hard for me to like swap between the two. So yeah, let's get you all set up in here. Um, so transitioning, I would put a lot more back pressure on the bass. It actually kind of, I don't know, man. It's that's hard to. I guess that comes with time. Just give it some time. Like if you practice on it, it's kind of like string skipping whenever you playing, like that type of stuff. It comes with time. Yeah. No, I'm just messing around on the bass now. So let's talk about slap since I love doing it, and it may not be, it may be a little bit hard to understand what I'm doing. So let's go over the slap whole thing. So whenever I'm playing, this is just me. This is my technique. My thumb pretty much stays like this, and I'm actually hitting the string with the tip of my thumb here. I'm not doing this and hitting with the fatted part of my finger. I'm actually hitting the string with the tip of my thumb. Of course, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that. But if you're trying to learn how to slap, it might be easy if you don't know the motion to just point your finger and then pull with your middle finger here. And it's kind of like you're pushing your finger into some sand or something like that. But I naturally learned like this, like doing this type of thing. So I did. It's actually harder for me to do it that way. But so hand placement. My thumb is here over the one of the last frets, right? And it depends on how or what I'm trying to do. If I'm trying to do like a double thump where I go through the string and pull up, I may actually angle my finger in, kind of like I'm playing like this. And then when you learn it, it's a little bit easier to do the double thump in space so you can actually get under the string. That type of stuff. So it's really my thumb just doing this. That type of stuff. So yeah. Okay, so let's see. Tip of the thumb, I have to try that. Yeah. That's what I did, and I actually got that from who did I jack that from? Victor Wooten did like a tape on how to do triple plucking and all that stuff. And like I watched it. I think it's actually on YouTube and stuff. So I watched it and I was like, man, hopefully I can go ahead and steal this and make it my own. So I did. And I still don't have it perfected, but I'm a lot better than when I started. And the whole thing is practicing and actually liking what you're doing. Can't get frustrated just because you can't pick it up off the bat. If I could, I'd love to learn how to like tap and sweep on a bass. Like I think that would be stupid fresh, but I just it's not something that comes foreign to me. My fingers don't move. Like I got these chops. Like I can't. These things are huge, man. I can't. At this moment, I can't do it that fast. So, um, but yeah, sticking with it, practicing, and practicing with a purpose. Don't just get on there and just sit there and you turn around an hour and pass and you haven't really worked on anything specific. Okay. Any tips for keeping rhythm without beat machines or tapping the foot? It's pretty much internal clock. Like a reason why I have my timing or why I think my timing is okay is because I started on drums. And having that internal metronome so you don't speed up or slow down songs is kind of just developed with actually doing the exercise or playing the instrument. So um, I would definitely work with a metronome well enough to where you can almost like hear a BPM and know where it's at. Or I would definitely like work with a metronome. Just play at different speeds so you know what how much time you have before you get back to that original one beat. Most metronomes do like a different click system or whatever, so it'll sound. Uh, I don't even. Yeah, I do. I do have a metronome, so it'll have like a tap tempo, and there's a beat, right? And right. So most uh, yeah, my little kid. Hold on.
Daddy, what are you doing?
I'm recording a video. You want to
When?
say hi? Okay. Come here.
Hey.
Say
Hey.
hey. Little dude. All right. Go with mommy real quick. I'll be in a minute. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Uh, gotta have that metronome in your head. Yeah, it does. But you can download a metronome on your phone or whatever. Put in some headphones and just go for it. Do you play punk or rock stuff? I mean, do you have any influences on that? I do. I absolutely. There's two bands. If you watch the channel, there's two bands that actually really influence kind of how I play. It's No Doubt. I love No Doubt. Earlier stuff. Uh, New stuff ain't too bad either, but like 90s, 2000s, and stuff like that. No Doubt, and then Rage Against the Machine. Also, really used to dig off on System of a Down around the Toxicity era, and POD was another one that was a big one for me. And then recently, like probably about 6 or 7, 8 years ago, Lamb of God, like for the heavier stuff. Like I went through like a hard metal phase, and Lamb of God was another influence and stuff. But as far as punk and stuff like that, yeah, Rage Against the Machine, No Doubt, and I don't know if Evanescence counts as metal. I'm not sure. Hmm, I don't know. But I used to dig Evanescence too. It's low key. I didn't tell anybody I like Evanescence. I was kept that to myself. Tourniquet's my favorite song by them, just in case you wanted to know. Um, Random question: can you play Soul to Squeeze? I don't know this song, or it doesn't come to my head at the present moment. Yes, indeed. Are you still giving away the punk bass? Yes, I am. I need to actually. I've actually crossed my threshold, the 15,000, and I do need to figure out like the details of how I'm gonna give it away. What I originally wanted to do was actually like start a video and be like, "Yo, this is the video. that you have to do this, do this, do this on, and then whatever period of time later, I'll then choose a winner from a comments section or something like that, and then let the winner know they got it, and then move forward like that. I'm trying to research ways I could actually do this and make it happen. So yeah, yeah. So I got to figure that out. That's the reason why I haven't talked about it or actually gave it away. But I do have the boxes to ship it and all that good stuff, and that is the base that's going to be given away there. It is a Rogue LX205. I did the wrap job on it, so all this stuff that you see was done by me. And yeah, actually, I might go different idea as far as the wrap goes, and run this again just in a different color. So, and this is all wrapped by yours truly. I think I did a pretty good job. And the preamp, this preamp right here, did not come with this bass. This is an Audaire preamp, and it's volume, bass, and treble. And the bass is extremely light. It's dope, and it's got my stamp of approval on it. That matters to you. But yeah, so this is the bass that I'm gonna be giving away for anybody that's here that's interested in it. And I got to get all the details about that stuff ironed out so I could actually get rid of it or give it to a lucky viewer or a lucky subscriber. So yeah, y'all stay tuned for that. Hopefully I can get the details together this week and we can try to do the giveaway next week, or at least do the video for the giveaway next week. So yeah. So the reason why I'm actually giving away a bass is because I didn't expect any of y'all to actually be here, you know. So, the fact that 21 people are watching this is really crazy to me or whatever. I never expected to have more than maybe 20 subscribers and all of them to be my family. Come to find out, I got like 16,000 plus, and none of them are my family except my mom. My mom was my first subscriber. So yeah, shout out to mommy. As such, I was gonna give her a cool name, but I can't say mommy the kid because she's not a kid. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I wanted to give away a bass because y'all have given me a lot. Like most of these purchases and stuff has been off of YouTube and stuff like that. Um, so to give back to y'all, like let you know that I actually do appreciate y'all. I want to give something back. So give the gift that keeps on giving. So a bass. So yeah, that's why I want to do it. I got a 4-string Rogue, and it ain't half that good. Yeah, actually, I was very surprised whenever I started playing it and I didn't do anything to it. It just brought it out the box. Man, it was like it actually sounded pretty good. Bring Me to Life is my favorite Evanescence song. That's a dope one too. Actually heard of them from My Immortal, and then I started Spotifying them, and then made this playlist, and then for whatever reason, Tourniquet was always on it. Like I just really like the song. So yeah, I think man that was a crazy phase because I was listening to that, and then this is all during me like football workout. So like you think I'd be listening to like rap or whatever, and I'm listening to freaking what was on my? It was like ska stuff. So like No Effects, which is on there, MXPX, um, No Doubt was always obviously on there. Linkin Park was on there. Green Day, I love Green Day. Green Day was on there. Uh, uh, Stone Temple Pilots, Smashing Pumpkins, course, I keep all this to myself and under wraps. So just for y'all, this is just for y'all 23, 22 people. So yeah. But yeah, I need to go ahead and end this whole thing. So hopefully I helped somebody with some base knowledge or whatever. And if y'all actually want to see a video where I like, try to break down what I'm doing on my with um with my improv stuff, I'll actually do that. So go ahead in the comment section if you are watching and you have the ability to do that. Let me know if you actually want me to do like an actual improv video and stuff like that, and I'll get to work on that. Also, also do want to say that the video which goes between the second gen Sire M2 and the first gen Sire M2 is actually coming up. That was another request of a subscriber. That's what they wanted to see. So that video is going to be hopefully next week. I'm actually going to be trying to work on that. And yeah, I might actually do a walkthrough, like a playthrough for my new tone hammer that I just picked up and stuff. Yeah, so ideas, they coming. They coming. So y'all bear with me. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Till next time, y'all be easy.